Reed now to kick this one away. Needed a little more to reach the landing zone, so give him the ball at the 40-yard line. So hopefully he's able to find the landing zone next time. His first kickoff gives him some great field position here. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Great, set. Tiger Hornet. No touch.
First down throwing for Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here.
A loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17 at the 43-yard line.
They just get the play off. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're stuck behind the sticks on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Working inside the red zone. Chased out to his right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal.
No touch. No touch.
Hurts throwing again. Can't get it to him. Incomplete. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
Tiger swamp. Great, set. No touch.
Barkley goes up and over for the touchdown. The Eagles can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles tie things up at 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hardman with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The give now to Piron. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Offense in the hurry up here. 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They go with Piron here. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Zach Bond with the tackle. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Chiefs driving ahead. Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Buys time, rolling right. He's on the move. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Hand off to the back. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Chiefs in the hurry up, trying to get everyone to the line. Back-to-back carries here. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. Chiefs in the hurry up, trying to get everyone to the line. Back to the well again. And he'll go down here at the 16. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. To the ground with Piron. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Offense up to the line fast. They run once more with Piron. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Up and good from Blankenship. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And he needed a lot more power there. It came down a ways away from the landing zone, and they're going to start the possession up at the 40. Here comes the final play of our first half. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
No touch. No touch.
One final shot before halftime. He puts everything behind this one. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Reed now to kick this one away. And he tried to finesse that one far too much. It doesn't come close to the landing zone, so set this drive up at the 40.
Great, set. No touch.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. There he goes. Right sideline. the field for them before being taken down.
This defense did the best they could to track him as he ran all the way across the field, but eventually, you're just going to lose him. And that's when a completion was made. It turned it into a significant gain.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. From the red zone now. He's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him...
And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hardman with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, first and 10. On the give, this is Pirine. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Set him back 5. It's first and 15 after the penalty. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Sometimes, let's face it, it's just better to be lucky than good. Your mind as a runner always goes to worst-case scenario when you feel that ball get knocked loose. That time the sideline saved him and his team.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. He's on the move. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Here's Pirine. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Zach Bond with the tackle. No gain on second down, and they need 2 here on third.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
It's Pacheco on third. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Just 1 yard on the play, a couple of real nice stops, forced 4th and 1. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Back to throw it. Throw is caught by the back. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, sit on the bench to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Yellow.
From the gun, Piron. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here's the give to Piron. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. That's cut beyond the marker. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Chiefs losing by 4. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. 1st and goal, now 5 yards tougher after that penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Piron. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs have taken the lead late. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late. Well, not the way they drew it up, partner, but when it works, who cares? They didn't defend the check down throw, and it's open for 2.
I could still remember one of my first red zone days way back when. Touchdown to check down, touchdown to check down. Now, I know it's not a touchdown, but this check down, well, it was a valuable 2 points.
Reed now to kick this one away. Needed a lot more to reach the landing zone, so the drive going to start at their own 40-yard line. And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Back to throw. Able to get it to Barkley. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down. He'll get this one to Brown. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say, it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hardman with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. Straight ahead they go with Piron. Still motoring past the 30. And he's all the way forward to the 37-yard line. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. Spread the field and send him all deep, baby. All right, this might be a stupid question, Brock, but what makes that play call successful against an NFL secondary?
Yeah, because 4 verts is good against a college secondary, a high school secondary, a Pop Warner secondary, because it burdens and stresses that defense. And if you got people that can run and you got 4 choices to choose from, oftentimes you'll find one to hit on.
Here are the Chiefs facing a massive 2-point try.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Right side.
Setting up to pass. And this is caught, so add a couple more to this lead they've got here in the fourth. Well, Brock, the run's certainly an option as they lined up for two, but as an offense, what are you looking for when you decide to throw it instead?
Well, you've spent all week working on these plays, and usually you have 2 or 3 that you like. That run game, you're right, you can run it, but there's so much more space with creativity in the passing game. And good offenses, elite offenses, they find a way not just to practice it, but to execute it when it matters.
And this won't have the juice to reach the landing zone, so some great field position coming up for this offense at the 40-yard line.
No touch, set. No touch.
He'll look to throw it. Forced out to his right. Barkley's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
No touch, set. No touch.
On first down, Hurts. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Dotson now in motion right.
No touch.
Hurts trying again on second down. Put the body on the line for his team. And the whistles go off, so we got a timeout. 9 seconds left in the game.
Great, set. No touch.
First down throwing for Hurts. Has it at the 7. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. And puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
A big spot for the Eagles now as they go for 2. He's throwing for it. And he's into the end zone, so that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this fourth quarter.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hardman with a return. And the dive ends an uninspiring return. They've got some work ahead of themselves. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Right side.
One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He's got it inside the 25. And what a play. He scores. They get to the end zone on the final snap, and the huge moment wins them the game. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
D, all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.